Imagine waking up one morning and making a decision that feels almost harmless. You skip breakfast, no toast, no oatmeal, no coffee paired with something sweet,
Oh no,
just nothing.
burning!
You tell yourself it's no
Why?
big deal. People skip breakfast all the time, right? But deep inside your body, something reacts immediately, long before you feel anything on the surface. Skipping breakfast doesn't just leave your stomach empty, it disrupts a rhythm your body has followed for decades. Within minutes, hormones shift, signals fire. Your metabolism enters a tiny state of confusion that slowly transforms into a powerful adaptation. And what happens next, over hours, days, and eventually weeks, might completely change the way you think about your mornings. Hour 1 3, your body enters mild alarm mode. As the morning begins, your body expects one thing: fuel. For years, maybe your entire life, your metabolic clock has been trained to receive calories soon after waking. Your stomach prepares digestive enzymes. Your liver signals a readiness for glucose. Your insulin levels stay slightly elevated, anticipating breakfast. But today, nothing arrives. This gap between expectation and reality triggers the first physiological shift. Your hunger hormone ghrelin spikes, sending one simple message to your brain: where is breakfast? This is why the first couple of hours feel harder than you expect. It's not true hunger, it's habit hunger, a conditioned response. You're not depriving your body, you're breaking its routine. And when the routine breaks, the biology starts to adapt. Hour 3 6, your brain adjusts. Before your body does, as the hours pass, your brain becomes a battlefield between two forces: habit cravings, metabolic logic. Your dopamine circuits, trained by years of morning eating, begin to dip. This causes irritability, mood swings, light hunger cravings for something small. But while your brain complains, your body begins to make its first strategic move. Insulin begins to drop. Cortisol rises slightly to maintain energy. Your liver quietly releases stored glycogen to keep your blood sugar from falling. This is your internal backup generator. And here's the interesting part: you still have plenty of energy, but your mind hasn't caught up to that truth yet. Hour 6 10, the first metabolic switch begins. This is where the morning shift becomes a real biological event. Your liver starts to run low on stored glucose, so it begins nudging your fat cells to release tiny amounts of fatty acids. This marks the beginning of metabolic switching, the same mechanism behind intermittent fasting. You're not burning breakfast calories, you're burning stored calories. Your competitor explains this as the moment your ancient biology wakes up. And he's right. For thousands of years, humans often didn't eat in the morning. Hunger wasn't a weakness, it was a cue for the body to sharpen its thinking. This is why many people feel slightly more focused, even alert, as the morning goes on. Your brain isn't starving, it's upgrading. Day 1 3, the adjustment phase. The first 3 days are the hardest. Your system is recalibrating. This means symptoms like morning cravings, light headaches, stomach growling, slight fatigue, increased desire for caffeine, emotional eating impulses. None of these are signs that skipping breakfast is harming you. They're signs that your body is resetting its clock. And something fascinating happens by day 3. Your hunger hormone, ghrelin, starts shifting. It no longer spikes in the morning. It begins adjusting to your new eating window. This is why people who skip breakfast consistently report less morning hunger, more energy, better mental clarity, improved focus before lunch. And as for your metabolism, it's preparing for a much bigger transformation, because the moment insulin stays low for longer periods, your body finally gains permission to start burning fat more efficiently. Day 3 to 5, your energy system reprograms itself. By now, Your body understands something clearly. You don't eat in the morning anymore. This is where major changes begin. 1. Insulin sensitivity improves. Lower morning insulin gives your cells a break from constant sugar spikes. 2. Your fat cells become more active. They start releasing stored energy gradually. 3. Metabolic flexibility increases. Your body becomes better at switching between sugar burning and fat burning. This is the same mechanism behind weight loss during intermittent fasting. But here's the twist most people don't know. Skipping breakfast doesn't magically burn fat. It simply creates a longer fasting window, giving your metabolism the chance to operate the way it evolved to. This is why week 1 feels like the warm-up phase. Your system is learning a new rhythm, a rhythm that will dramatically change your energy, hunger, and fat-burning capabilities in the days ahead. Day 5 to 7, the mental benefits begin. By the end of the first week, most people notice a shift, not in their body first, but in their brain. Your competitor uses this same arc: physical confusion, metabolic adaptation, mental clarity. And that's exactly what happens here. You might feel calmer mornings, improved concentration, less emotional, eating more stable mood, fewer cravings, reduced fogginess. This isn't magic. It's neurochemistry. Ketone levels rise slightly in the morning. These ketones act as cleaner fuel for your brain. They reduce oxidative stress, improve neural efficiency, and give your mind a surprising clarity. By day 7, the question is no longer, why did I skip breakfast? It becomes, why did I ever need it? Day 7, 10, your hormones begin to stabilize. By the second week, your body's no longer reacting to skipping breakfast. It's adapting. The morning hormone pattern shifts into a new rhythm. 1. Ghrelin stops spiking in the morning. Your brain finally understands. Breakfast isn't coming. So instead of demanding food at 8 a.m., your hunger cue moves later in the day. This is why many people report less morning hunger, improved mood, more stable energy, reduced cravings before lunch. The old rhythm is gone. A new one has begun. 2. Insulin sensitivity improves even more. With no morning glucose to process, insulin stays low longer. This gives your cells a chance to become more efficient. This is one of the biggest benefits of skipping breakfast. Your cells become more responsive to food, not less. 3. Your fat-burning window expands. Because insulin remains low through late morning, your body continues burning stored fat. This doesn't guarantee weight loss, but it does optimize your body's ability to burn fat when needed. Day 10-12, your digestive system starts to repair. Skipping breakfast gives your gut something it rarely gets: rest. Most people eat from the moment they wake up until the moment they go to sleep. That means the gut almost never gets a break from digestion. But with no breakfast, your digestive system gets extra hours to recover. What happens during this rest period? 1. Reduced digestive inflammation, less constant digestion, less strain. 2. Improved gut microbiome balance. Certain harmful bacteria thrive on constant glucose intake. Giving your gut a break reduces their dominance. 3. Better bowel movement patterns. The migrating motor complex, MMC, your gut's cleaning wave, finally gets uninterrupted. Time to do its job. This is why some people notice improvements like reduced bloating, smoother digestion, less gas, more consistent bathroom habits. Skipping breakfast isn't a digestive miracle, but it is a digestive reset. Day 12, 14, the energy shift that surprises most people. Somewhere around the 2-week mark, something interesting happens. You stop feeling tired in the mornings. In fact, you might feel better than before. Why? 1. Your cortisol curve improves. Normally, cortisol should rise in the morning and fall throughout the day. Skipping breakfast strengthens the natural cortisol awakening response. This leads to sharper alertness in the morning, more stable energy, reduced afternoon crashes, improved mental clarity. 2. Ketone production increases slightly, not full ketosis, just enough ketones to improve brain efficiency, reduce inflammation, stabilize mood, enhance clarity. This is why many people say, I think clearer without breakfast than I ever did with it. It's not the missing calories. It's the cleaner metabolism. Day 14, 16. Appetite. Rewiring begins. This is a major turning point. Your brain's reward circuits, especially dopamine pathways, begin recalibrating. Why? Because your brain is no longer expecting a morning reward. This leads to fewer cravings, reduced urge for sugary snacks, less emotional eating, lower dependency on caffeine, more stable hunger cues. It's not just your stomach adjusting, it's your brain. You're breaking one of the strongest conditioned habits humans have. Morning eating for joie comfort plus reward. And once that connection weakens, a lot of unhealthy habits weaken with it. Day 16-18, autophagy begins to strengthen. Autophagy, your body's cellular cleanup process, becomes more active during longer fasting windows. Skipping breakfast creates a natural extended fasting period every day. By week 3, your body gets better at activating autophagy during the morning hours. What does that mean? 1. Your cells start recycling damaged components. This improves cellular efficiency. 2. Inflammation decreases damaged proteins. Inflammatory signals. Autophagy clears them. 3. Longevity pathways activate AMPK and sirtuins. The longevity molecules become more active. 4. Cellular waste is removed more efficiently. Your cells function cleaner, with less metabolic junk. Skipping breakfast won't make you immortal, but it does encourage processes associated with long-term health and disease prevention. Day 18-20, the metabolic reset hits full power. At this stage, your body is not just adapting, it's operating in a completely new metabolic mode. Here's what scientists consistently observe. 1. Fat metabolism improves. Your body becomes more efficient at using stored fat for energy. 2. Blood sugar becomes more stable. Fewer morning glucose spikes. Fewer crashes. 3. Cravings decrease significantly, especially cravings for carbs and sugar. 4. Your eating window becomes naturally shorter. Most people naturally fall into a 14-16 hour fasting window plus 8 to 10 hour eating window without forcing themselves. 5. Your appetite becomes honest again. You eat because you're hungry, not because the clock says it's breakfast time. This is the moment most people realize, I don't need breakfast to function. I feel better without it. And that sets the stage for the final stretch. The next 10 days, when your body undergoes deeper metabolic, hormonal, and cognitive changes. Day 24-23, your body enters the efficiency phase. By this stage, everything inside you is operating in a smoother rhythm than before. This is known as the metabolic efficiency phase, the period where the benefits become noticeable, not just internal. Here's what you might experience. 1. More stable morning energy. Your circadian rhythm has fully adapted. Cortisol rises naturally. Your brain becomes alert earlier, without food. 2. Fewer mood swings. No morning glucose, roller coaster. Fewer irritability spikes. 3. Better appetite control. Your hunger cues now follow your new eating window. You crave food when your body needs it, not automatically at breakfast time. 4. Improved blood sugar stability. Longer fasting windows improve insulin sensitivity. This means fewer crashes, fewer cravings, fewer energy dips. The body isn't fighting the change anymore. It's embracing it, Day 23-26, visible changes. Begin. This is where many people notice the first physical changes, not extreme transformations, but subtle, important signs of internal balance. 1. Less bloating in the morning. The gut isn't working nonstop. 2. Slight improvements in skin clarity, lower inflammation, fewer breakouts. 3. A smaller morning appetite. Your stomach no longer expects food at 8 a.m. 4. A lighter feeling throughout the morning. Most people report they feel cleaner or lighter before lunch. 5. Better mental performance. More stable neurotransmitter activity in the morning. Skipping breakfast didn't take energy away. It shifted when your energy becomes available. And how steady it is. Day 26-28. Deep metabolic benefits begin. These final days before the 30-day mark bring significant internal improvements. 1. Enhance fat mobilization with no breakfast spike to interrupt the process. Your body spends more consecutive hours in accessing fat stores. It doesn't burn fat faster. It burns fat more consistently. 2. Reduced inflammation. Lower insulin. Fewer inflammatory responses. This may show up as reduced joint stiffness, improved digestion, better sleep, clearer thinking. 3. Improved hormonal balance. Cortisol, insulin, ghrelin, and leptin all settle into a healthy pattern. Skipping breakfast, once a stress to the system, now becomes a stabilizer. 4. Enhanced autophagy. Your body becomes skilled at repairing damaged cells during your extended fasting window. This benefits cellular aging, immunity, metabolic efficiency, inflammation control. You are now operating closer to how the human body evolved over thousands of years. Day 28-30, the full transformation. By day 30, something important happens. Your body no longer sees breakfast as a requirement. It sees it as optional. This is the true transformation. 1. You gain metabolic flexibility. Your body seamlessly switches between glucose and fat for energy. 2. You reduce dependence on caffeine. Plus, sugar. Most people report fewer cravings for morning coffee. Plus sweet food. 3. You feel lighter, more focused, and more in control. Your mornings become productive instead of sluggish. 4. You naturally eat fewer calories without forcing it. And no breakfast, reduced eating window, less overall intake. 5. Your body runs cleaner. Less inflammation, fewer crashes, better digestion, better clarity. And then comes the most surprising part. Most people never go back. Not because skipping breakfast is magical, but because eating the way you were eating felt worse in comparison. Breakfast becomes a tool you choose, not a rule you follow. Long-term effects. What happens if you continue? If you continue skipping breakfast beyond 30 days, research shows improved insulin sensitivity, reduced visceral fat, more stable blood sugar, lower inflammation, more consistent energy, reduced risk of metabolic disorders, and mentally, better focus, sharper clarity, fewer emotional cravings, improved discipline. Of course, this doesn't mean breakfast is bad. What matters is how your body responds to longer fasting windows. For many, it's one of the most powerful metabolic resets available. Who should not skip breakfast? Skipping breakfast is not ideal. For individuals with diabetes, pregnant women, children or teenagers, those with adrenal issues, people with a history of disordered eating, anyone on medication requiring food. For everyone else, a longer fasting window can be a profound metabolic reset.